Hello there, welcome back to another one. By the time of recording this video, a lot of things are happening. First one, I'm sitting outside. I just woke up right now and I was like, let me just shoot a video. I'm not ready for it, it's unscripted, but let me just do it, because sometimes in life, if you don't do it right now, you'll never get it done. Secondly, it's extremely hot. Thirdly, as you can see, today I'm saying I don't go to studio. We're just outside, we're trying new things. It's a new year. Welcome to 2024. Thank you so much for being with me, for being in the channel, for watching, for interacting, for commenting. You guys have been commenting, you've been interacting. Thank you so much. The other thing is that you have to excuse the noise because Rosranda, so the cast does copyright. But today we have something exciting. We're going to be doing unboxing with Chando. Today is going to be a review for cameras, because I do photography. I'm a photographer and a videographer, so I know a lot of cameras. I have my two babies right here with me from two different families. The first one is Nikon right here. The second one is from Canon. They're two different bodies. So I don't want to stop myself only because I took the ambassador. I want to make this video very short but very informative. So no want to stop so that I stick to the points and not freestyle a lot. I'm going to be doing two angles. I'm going to be trying to be on both cameras, but then so long story short, I'm going to be doing 3 points on each camera. To start with, this is my baby right here. This is the Canon M50. I've had this camera from 2020, 2019, somewhere there. It's a mirrorless camera. As you know, we are getting into the world of mirrorless cameras. What is a mirrorless camera? A mirrorless camera is a camera without a mirror. Maybe I should have first explained what is a DSLR camera so that it makes sense when I explain this one. But I'm going to try and make it short and simple and easy for you to remember. So this is what happens. On a mirrorless camera, there's no mirror reflected from the lens to the sensor into your viewfinder. What happens is that you have a screen from the back, so whatever you see from the viewfinder, it's not from what the lens is seeing, it's what the lens is representing into the tiny screen on the viewfinder. This is very good because it makes the camera to be light and very small. For example, look at this camera. This camera can easily fit on my hand, but the image quality coming out of this camera, this is a 24 megapixel by the way, which does the raw and 9 frames per second continuous. So it really does shoot good pictures. If you equip this camera with 70 to 200 and some strobe or some speed light, if I can show you the kind of pictures that I've shot with this camera, you will never believe that I shoot from this camera. It's tiny as it is. It's a very and a beast of a camera. I've done a review on this camera with the Canon 4000D, which is very big because remember, it's a mirrored camera. This one is a mirrorless one. The image quality, you cannot even try or start to compare it with that one. So the first thing is that this camera is very small and light. It becomes easy for you if you go travel, because you can easily put this into your pocket. You don't need big bags. Whereas if I'm shooting with this one, which is a DSLR camera, first and foremost, it's very heavy. Secondly, it can't even fit into my hand. This is how big it is. So that's the difference. The advantage of this one, it can fit into your pocket. The second advantage of this one is that the noise is happening. But the second one of this one is that the image quality, I've mentioned that. The image quality coming from this one is very nice. The third thing is that the price of it. The price of this one, by the time when I got it from 2020, it was about 13,000 rands. But right now, by the time of shooting this one, which is 2024, you can get this camera for pre-owned for around 8.5 going up there, which is very much good given the fact that the image quality of this one, it's good, it's way better. So with this baby right here, you'll be sorted. So you won't be restricted, and you won't have that image quality which is horrible or bad. It's going to be good. So yeah, that's the thing with this one. The other thing that I would like to mention is that, guys, this camera have a tilting screen. A tilting screen is something that moves up and down like this one. So if I'm going to be doing vlogs, I can be shooting myself holding like this, seeing exactly what is represented, seeing exactly what will be represented on the video, something like this. Whereas if you don't have a tilting screen, it becomes hard for you to angle the shot. It becomes extremely hard for you to do that. The other thing that I really love about this camera is that it have NFC, it have Bluetooth, it also have Wi-Fi. With those three features that I've mentioned, it makes photography and videography way easy, because remember, where after shooting your pictures, you have to export them. It's either you have to print them or share them to your social media platform. You do that easy with this camera because you connect it with your app. And one thing I can mention is that, guys, the Canon app is way advanced and easy. I've used both the Nikon app as well as this one, the Canon app. It's way easy. It becomes extremely easy. You can put the phone on the tripod like this, connect it with your app. You can change the setting. You can view, shoot, edit right from the app of that one. So with that one, guys, I don't want to lie, the Nikon app, it does get the job done, but it's horrible. It's not good. I wouldn't even recommend it. I wouldn't even use it. I just use the SD card, export it to my laptop. So with that said, the screen, the connectivity, and the form factor of the Canon of this one is one of the main features that I'll definitely recommend you getting the mirrorless one. More especially if you're getting yourself into photography, you really need this one, because the learning curve of the mirrorless camera is not that difficult or different from what you're used from shooting from your cell phone. So you'll become a much better photography day by day using this camera, because the form factor, the settings, the buttons is not that heavy. Just look at the number of buttons that you'll have to be dealing with compared to the number of buttons from the DSLR. So you can see they are way different. Speaking of a DSLR, something that I've learned or I can share with you guys is that, guys, never say never in life. I used to say that I will never shoot a DSLR because it's a dying technology. I used to say that I will never shoot Nikon because I just don't like it. But the short story, what happens is that this camera right here died on me while I was on a shoot. I was shooting a graduation. I was taking the inside pictures. Imagine, it died on me. So it was a very bad experience. I needed backup, which I've learned the hard way that as a photographer, you always need to have two cameras. The other one should be your backup. You need a backup because you never know what will happen. This one died on me, not because it's a bad camera, because things happen, things do break. It's no longer working as the time of shooting this one. Good thing is that something which is broken, which has broken on this one, which is the shutter curtain, it's fixable. I think just that I haven't fixed it right now, funds wise. It's not a smart move right now, but I'm definitely gonna fix this one. I used to say that I would never shoot this one, but it happened. I was in a memorial service and my camera ran out of battery because memorial no what face so the videographer who was shooting the video right there, he had a camera as a backup, which is a good thing, by the way. So he borrowed me his camera so that I can finish the work. The first thing that I noticed right from picking that camera is that camera was this one, by the way. It was heavy, which was unlike me because I was used to small cameras. But remember, the other thing that doesn't make sense, guys, this grip is very small, eh? It's very small. You can want a DSLR which is small like this, because you will need good glasses, and good glasses are long and heavy. So putting a heavy and a long glasses from a small body doesn't make sense. So it does people see a DSLR. Whereas if now we have a big lens from a big and a heavy camera, it's your balance. And look at this, the form factor, the way you hold the camera, it's very nice and it fits your hand way easy, unlike this one. So the grip made me fall in love with this one. The second thing, the image quality coming out of this one. Remember, I've said that this one is a 24 megapixel camera, it's a mirrorless one. This one on the other hand, it's a 16 megapixel camera, which it's low, and for me it was more like a downgrade. Remember, this one doesn't have a tilting screen, this one doesn't have a touch screen, this one has a tilting screen, and it has a touch screen. It has 24 megapixel, and it also it is a mirrorless. So in any way you look at it, beside only the grip, was a downgrade for me. But after shooting 2 pictures, I saw the image quality coming out of this one, and I was like, this is the one. It's that good. It's good. Remember, I shoot pictures. I know how a good picture looks like. But I noticed that this is a good picture straight away. And I'm talking about comparing it with the Canon M50, which does way good pictures compared to what you can get from your smartphone. Even the iPhone, remember, I'm comparing it to that one. So you can imagine it from the iPhone to a very good mirrorless camera with good lens to this one. The image quality of the graph does go up like that. The other thing that made me fall in love with this one is that the battery coming out of this one, you can easily shoot a wedding for about 8 hours with only one battery, which is something that I wasn't used to, because I was used to having a battery that shoots only like 300 to 400 pictures. So I needed to have 3 batteries in order for me to cover a wedding. So, and the other thing, before I forgot, this one does have a screen on top, which is easy for you when you are shooting. You simply look down like this, unlike needing for you to look at the screen, do some touch-ups and stuff like that. And this one, the D7000D, the D7000 Nikon, is that it has some custom buttons on the side. You can customize it however you want, whereas on this one you are restricted and you don't have many buttons. So if you want to edit or customize or change some setting on the shoot, you will need to heavily depend on the screen, which is not a bad thing, because remember, it's a touch screen. But as a more advanced or a pro photographer or a shooter, it's nicer to have buttons that you can physically press. Like, look at what's happening to our cars right now. Even the gear knob is like a button. That thing is not that nice there. Haptic touch kind of thing. It's not that nice, but with the button, you feel it that now I'm shooting. And remember, coming from the M50, I wasn't used to shooting with the viewfinder. I was used to shooting with the screen. That's how I learned to do photography. But straight away, because the camera is heavy and it's big and it fits, I'm not used to shooting with the viewfinder. So guys, in any way, the Nikon D7000 is perfect. The only downside is that it doesn't do well in videography, and I'm not even trying to do that. I shoot all my videos with the iPhone 11 Pro. This one, on the other hand, it's a perfect video shooter, 1080 at 60 frames per second with Canon 50mm f1.8. You get a perfect video with nice bokeh on the background. So this one, I'm planning right now to do a video on the wish list of things that I want to do with it. Things that I want to buy, like the battery grip, like the body cover, so that the body doesn't get, because I got this pre-owned. It was in a perfect condition. However, I want to keep it like this, so I need to get the grip. I also need to get the screen protector so that I don't scratch the screen and keep it safe and clean. And also the SD card, because this one does have the dual slot SD card. You can use it for backup or for continuous shooting, which is a very nice thing, and it's a pro feature which some of the big cameras don't even have it. So yeah, then the Nikon is a very good Momo. And the other thing is that, guys, the Canon lenses are expensive. I was surprised and shocked to find out that I can get a 85mm for 6,000 for this camera. The 85mm is a good portrait lens, but I never wished to buy it, because I always knew that camera is going to be expensive if I'm to buy it on Nikon. I'm still, by the way, noticing the grip coming of this one. It's not good. So who is this camera for? This camera is for any beginner photographer who want to get into photography. Get this one. The image quality, the connectivity, the light, and it's going to be feature proof. And who is this camera for? This camera is for people who are going to be upgrading from the mirrorless camera. The image quality coming out of this one is going to be good in any angle, because it's a pro one, it's a DSLR, and it's equipped for that. So with that said, you're not gonna regret in any way, and you're always gonna be future proof. It's crazy to think of it. I'm speaking about future proof, whereas it's a 14 years old camera. This one is a new one, but I wouldn't upgrade from this one to this one. The smart move is to upgrade from this one to this one. It makes sense that way. So I hope I didn't make it so long. The sun is hitting on me and I'm hungry. Let me go and edit this video. Welcome to 2024. Welcome to Mofuna Apple, and I'm gonna be posting. The next video that I'm trying to do is to do a cast review and footage water. Those two are the main kind of videos that I want to do. It's just that most of the time I don't want to keep long without posting. Hence I usually do the videos one, because these are the things that I have with me. I don't have to go borrow someone's car. I don't have to have budget to go and buy food. So thank you so much for being in the channel, for being active, liking, commenting. If you do that, you might as well consider subscribing. Peace.